Hi, and welcome to our penultimate new features wrap-up video for 2022, showcasing our favourite new features and functionality that have been added to Prospect CRM in Q3. My name's Jessica, Head of Marketing here at ProspectSoft. Now, many of you will know by now that we're constantly adding new features and improvements to Prospect CRM, but what gets added is really down to you. So make use of the Ideas portal to upvote ideas that have been logged by others and to add new suggestions there too. The link to the Ideas portal is in the description box below. To keep up to date with announcements about what's improved and what's new in Prospect, keep checking our announcement feed within the CRM. Now for this wrap up, we'll be taking a look at key improvements and new features made in Q3 of this year. Again, in the description box below, we've included help doc guides for each and every feature mentioned, so you know exactly how to use it. Delivery name and delivery address are now imported into sales orders from Unleashed. When creating reports, this information can be found on the sales order entity. You can now automatically identify customers imported from Sin7 or Deer inventory as B2C based on their price tier. This feature is currently available for Sin7 and Deer customers and only applies to newly created records. This means that customers that have already been imported into the CRM from Sin7 or Deer will already have been categorized as B2B or B2C, and this setting will only apply as the CRM tries to categorize new customer records. A new type of word quote table has been created that gives you much more flexibility for displaying quote lines with different fields, titles, and layouts. It allows any field to be selected from quote lines or any related entities, including custom fields. It also supports resequencing and renaming of the columns and some limited options for specific data formatting, such as the number of decimals to display. Emails sent from Prospect CRM now track recipient interactions at each step of the process, from being processed by our email servers, delivered to the recipient's mail server, and any open and click events that the recipient performs. Just note that some open events can be blocked by the email client, especially on PCs and laptop email clients, unless the user has specifically clicked the download images banner on the email. You can see all the information on this via the tracking page on an email document window. Learn more about this in our article below. You can now restore deleted records more easily, all within the CRM user interface, rather than having to use the admin portal. Our restore feature performs a cascade restoration that will recover the entire deleted tree or hierarchy. So when you restore a given record, like a contact, the CRM will automatically restore all related records that were deleted on that same day, like any documents, quotes, opportunities that were manually or automatically cascade deleted when the contact deletion took place. Head to our article in the description box to learn more on this. A new entity has been added to the CRM that allows basic details of an inquiry, or sometimes referred to as a lead, to be captured so it can be later qualified and processed. Once qualified, these records can then be converted into an opportunity, contact, company, or just completely discarded. The initial inquiry has fewer rules about what you can input than an opportunity does. For example, it can contain duplicated or blank information in any field, so it's actually perfect for quickly recording information without worrying about deduping or other data validation activities. We're already working on more enhancements and additions to this feature, including a bulk import facility and an inquiry form builder that will allow visitors to your website to submit a form through and automatically register their inquiry in the CRM. For now, check out the article linked in the description box below on inquiries. You can now bulk update tags from a list or report. This only works on record types that already support tags, for example, companies, contacts, opportunities, documents, etc. But it makes it easier to assign or remove tags in bulk. This feature is available on relevant reports from the Further Options menu, which is the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Simply choose Bulk Update and go from there. You can now individually configure each column in a report to sort data, add filters, add or remove columns, or modify the column's properties. For example, you could change the format of the date. Simply hover over the column name that you want to edit and click on the Further Options menu, the 3 dots, just to get the drop-down of options to edit this column. This works on both pre-made reports and reports that you've built yourself. We've recently added new dynamic report date filters for in the future and in the past, ideal for if you don't know or don't want to specify an exact time period. In your reports or any list view in the CRM, you can now choose to show the time alongside the date in any date time column. If you choose to show just the date, using any of the default relative or actual date options, then the full date and time will still be available via the tooltip if you mouse over any date value. Reports now have a go-to page option if they have more than 5 pages of data, making it quicker and easier to get to the page you need. Accidentally closed a report you spent time and effort building and adding filters to? We've now added a prompt to save changes when closing a new and unsaved report. Our hint and tip for Q3 is how to navigate through reports super quickly. Did you know that when viewing any report in Prospect, so a list of companies, contacts, opportunities or problems, once you click on a record from within that report, you can quickly and easily navigate to the next record using the arrows. This is a great technique for telesales or telemarketing teams to use, or for if you just need to quickly flick through some records. Thanks for watching this new features wrap-up video. We look forward to seeing more of you add and upvote feature suggestions in the ideas portal so we can keep adding more great features into Prospect CRM.